don't think he did. I think that she was going around doing this, doing this stuff.
She was looking for opportunity.
Yeah. And they let it all happen, 100%.
They being the U.S. government. So when you went to the DOJ, they gave us a statement, Patrick, saying some of what he says has credibility to it because you knew certain things about operations that weren't public. What have they done since you went in and debriefed them about all this? And what has the FBI people said to you, these people that you say came to you?
Well, this is massively problematic for them that I've done that. I've done this.
Why did you do it?
Because I'm looking at my country go nuts for the last 3 years, and if you don't mind me saying, CNN and Fox, MSNBC, you're all chasing each other's tails. You don't know what's going. I mean, no fault of your own. You're legitimate. Listen, I admire you. And Anderson is a good friend of a former friend, Fuad Ajami. So I have lots of respect for you folks. I'm watching my country rip itself apart for 3 years. I'm watching people drive 600 miles to shoot 20 strangers in a mall. And every time this happens, I can't live with myself. It's harder and harder. And especially since last July, I figured out how enough of the missing pieces came out. I put together with mine, and I figured out that this was all political espionage. It's been very tough. Finally, in June, I went out to see Buffett. Do you know about Buffett's like my rabbi. I've known him since I was 13, and he was 45.
I remember you telling me about him when you were starting Overstock.com.
And he's always been a great advisor and friend, and he's a wonderful teacher and man. And I finally went to see him in June 20th and said, I can't. And I walked through the story. And he said, Patrick, he thought for about 10 seconds. He said, you are coming forward to the public, Patrick. And I said, I've already gone to the feds. They're already digging through this. They will be furious. He says, Patrick, you let feds do their jobs. You're a citizen. Your job. This country's ripping itself apart. You have to come forward. I gave him 20 minutes of counter arguments. I said, my own lawyer's head's going to explode. He says, don't worry about your lawyer. What else you got? Ignore your lawyer. What else you got? I walked through every objection. He says, your country, it's never been like this in my life. Your people are killing each other. The country's ripping itself apart. You're coming forward right now, Patrick. So I have. FBI is silent. I will never listen. The FBI are honorable guys. I'm sorry that their name's even up in this. It was hijacked from the top. The bottom, it was all hijacked from the top.
What does that mean, hijacked from the top? What does that mean?
The organization was hijacked from the top by X, Y, and Z. And at this point...
You know you're going to have to provide names of people that you met with because, either you're telling a wild story or you're telling a story that's wild and true. One of those two things are true.
I'm highly confident that Bill Barr and the Department of Justice will be providing those names on an indictment someday in the not too distant future.
But you gave the DOJ the names of the FBI people you met with?
And I'm not the only whistleblower coming forward. Hillary Clinton's supporters in Hollywood were spied on. I'm not the only person coming forward.
It sounds crazy. I got to tell you, I don't mean to, use a word that's insensitive to the mentally ill, but it's because it's so unusual. I've never heard anything like this, Patrick, and I've been doing this a long time.
It was weaponized. I was in the middle of it. Our law enforcement was weaponized. I'm sorry. I like President Obama very much. I did not vote for Donald Trump. Our national security state was weaponized. I was in the center of it. Those three names are known to the government, and this is, it happened. So it happened. And I was told, I'll tell you this, I was told last October, if I come forward, and this was by a friendly, that that the forces of Washington are going to grind me into a dust. And those are the words said, and they're right. Entirety of Washington is going to come down on my head, which is why I had to leave Overstock.
Are you willing to testify under oath to all this?
Of course. Of course.
This is heavy. Yeah. These are heavy allegations. That the FBI wanted you to have any kind of relationship, let alone a romantic one, with someone they believed was a Russian political operative.
Well, yeah, and normally that's an illegal order or instruction. Yeah. And I want to be clear that the men in black were very unhappy. They were not leering, and they were like, this is really awful. We never have heard of this in our career. The United States never does stuff. We are not like this. We're not the bad guys. But this request is coming from X and Y and Z.
You think Jim Comey knew?
100%. 100%.
So, Patrick Byrne, let's do this. We're going to do our damnedest to track all this stuff down. You're going to have to provide the names. You say you provided them to the DOJ. They didn't say that you gave them the identities of anybody in their statement. They said you had certain operational knowledge that wouldn't have been public. So we will continue to do our work. The channels are open with you. I want the truth to come out, and I appreciate you telling your side of the story here tonight.
Thank you, Chris. It's been an honor. I'm going to lay low. Best of luck to everybody. And there's good news here for both Republicans and Democrats. The Republicans are wrong. The Democrats didn't just dream up this Russian investigation. The FBI did. They had me jumping up and down and saying there was a problem here and looking at it. I thought I was going to be talking someday explaining why didn't they look into it. They're wrong. The Republicans are wrong to say that this was fabricated and nowhere. What they're right about, though, is that it was actually being politicized. So anyway, I'm very sorry. I'm going to lay low. Best of luck to you, Chris. Very honorable for you to have me on.
Well, I'm not telling you to do a media tour, but I'm saying you're going to have to cooperate with authorities. People are going to want to vet this information, and that you can trust that we'll do the job here responsibly, and I'll check back with you. We have each other's numbers. I'll let you know what I find out.
What shows everyone here?